Good morning. Welcome back to White Mountain Today here on Sunday, August 14th. And we're in the studio with Joan McBurney, and at her feet is Moose. And it's the first time Moose has been on down to the ground.
And he's very excited.
He's very excited to be on TV. It's my first time on TV, he says. And Joan and Moose are both from the Harvest Hills Animal Shelter. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
You're very well. What's going on here with, besides the very excited Moose? He pulled me around on the chair earlier. It was good. It was like dog sledding. There's Moose.
He wishes to be a sled dog, you know, and he's choking himself terribly.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that to Moose.
Awful. Moose,
he's
you do know
fish.
how to sit. I know. Fish and bacon, and bring a dog in afterwards. What is he supposed to act like?
That's right. He's supposed to act like a dog. So what's going on at Harvest Hills these days?
Oh, we're so full of dogs and cats, big time. Looking for homes, looking for volunteers, looking for supplies, cat food, dog food, bleach, toilet paper, paper towels.
Dogs use toilet paper? You guys do really train them well there.
Wouldn't that be nice? No, we're really busy, really full, really looking for the public's help right now because it's just, we're insanely full.
Yeah.
I'm working off a huge waiting list for cats and for dogs, which is very unusual. This weekend has been a good weekend. I think people are getting back into their routine. Summer's over. You have two things that happen at the end of a school year. You get some families coming in right at the end of the beginning of summer.
Right, you got the summer to take care of the dog.
But you have the other one saying, I'm not doing it until we're home.
Right.
We're in that transition right now.
So now, for the people who are home and saying, you know what, I want to get the dog, I want to get him for the fall, get him into the winter, this is the perfect time.
It is, and you know, I do a few different TV shows. We never get everybody on. You know, Moose is going to be our only subject today, which he deserves it. He's been at the shelter for a really long time, probably about 4 months.
Really?
For a terrific dog.
He seems like a nice guy. That's why I'm kind of surprised.
It's insane. Yeah. It's insane. Moose was found as a stray. The people who found him kept him. He loves his bum itched. What boy doesn't like his bum itched, right? So they kept him, and life was good. They have kids, other dogs, you name it. The only problem with Moose was if he had a chance to stray, he would. And unfortunately, the next door neighbors had chickens, and Moose likes chicken just a little too much.
Just like we like the fish, he likes the chicken. So.
Exactly. So Moose has got to go into a home without chickens. And you would think
that would be an easy one.
If you have chickens at home, don't even look at Moose. But you know, he is fantastic. He's a great size. He has great energy. He met a bunch of kids on the way in, and he's excited to meet people.
How old do you think Moose is?
We're going to guesstimate between 3 and 4. Fairly
and that's
young.
a good age for a dog, because they are really kind of in that point where they're starting to settle down and kind of getting out of that puppyhood. People think puppies are only for 6 months. They're not. They're puppies for a while. And kind of settling into that. So, you know, and Moose is probably going to have some good years in front of him. So.
Well, and, you know, he's a mix. And mixed breeds are so fantastic. So who knows what he really is? My guess is he's got a little husky in him, maybe a little shepherd, and the black, probably black labs. So he's a great mix, great size, energetic dog. I think he would have fun if you just walk him or take him for a little run. But I think also if you wanted to go on hikes, I think he could build an endurance.
How was he in the car coming over?
Fabulous.
That's always important.
Sat like a champ.
That's what you want.
Sat like a champ. He was great. He waited for the fish segment to end. He did great during that. Now he's a little hyper and excited, and he met a bunch of people outside. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they were surprised to know that he wasn't my dog and that he was up for adoption.
Wow.
Yeah, he did really great.
Now, so you have a variety of dogs. So I think that's important when people go down to Harvest Hills, because a lot of times there are some people who come in and they just say, oh, I want any dog. But there are other people who come in, they're pretty specific, I imagine, about which dog they want.
Specific and prejudice. We are a shelter that doesn't breed discriminate. There's a lot of shelters going into that direction. They won't take Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, and we don't. We do it on the dog itself. And for the most part, most of our dogs come in as strays. We don't have a whole bunch of owner surrenders. But I gotta tell you, the strays, I wish someone would do a psychological profile. I wish some college would look at this. The strays that come in, we know nothing about them. We just get to know them, and they get placed. And I just kind of wonder how many shelters see surrendered dogs get returned to a shelter, because you do have information, you have their old name.
Right.
It just makes you wonder, like, these strays get a new identification. They
It's kind of like the witness protection program for dogs.
Exactly, and they mold them, and there's no expectations. So it's
Interesting.
very interesting to me, because I see a lot of surrendered dogs, and you would think people would feel more comfortable with them because
Right.
they were owned in the family. But I think if you did a survey, you would see those ones actually get returned to the shelter for some crazy reasons, some legitimate reasons. We see all kinds. Yeah, you're settling right down.
Now, of course, you're located just on the edge of Freiburg.
On the Bridgeton-Freiburg line, right on 302. We're so easy to find.
I drove by it twice the last week. So.
Yeah, and we love visitors. We're very proud of our shelter. We want people to come in. Yes, we love our webpage, harvesthills.org. You get to see it, but you don't really get to see everyone, and love us to death, but we cannot take pictures of 170 cats, and that's what we have now.
Wow, that's
Probably
a lot
our
of
website might show 35, 40. Cats are a real booger to get a picture of, too. If you have a cat at home and you see that cute pose and you go click the camera, they just know the best time to get up and move. So
Right.
our dogs are always on there. We try to keep them really updated. But no, you're not going to see like the 35 black cats we have, but you might see 3
A
black
representational cat, you know.
cats. Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. So if people want to get a hold of you, you said you have the website, which is
We're on
harvesthills.org.
Facebook, harvesthills.org.
And then on Facebook, so you can find out about the dogs there.
Yeah, and just, it's really kind of cool because just instantly, if people adopt, they get to upload their pictures of how things are
that's
going.
great.
It is. It's really cool. It's nice.
And then what are your hours, I guess is probably a good question, if you want to zip over there and say hi to the dogs and cats.
We're open every day but Thursday. And the hours are a little different, 2 days a week versus the rest of the week. Mondays and Fridays, we have extended hours, 10 to 6 p.m. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, it's 10 to 3.
10 to 3. Alrighty.
Yeah, so we're open all weekend long.
But is it probably a good idea for someone to call ahead of time, let them know that you're coming, or just
Nope.
pop in?
We're open to the public.
There you go. Drive by. Like I said, I drove by it, twice last week.
And did you stop?
I was going to visit my mom. And then I had to come home and go on my bike ride up at Great Glen. So no, I didn't stop in. I should
You'll
stop
have to
in.
stop in. We
Yeah,
have a
and see.
thrift store next door that completely benefits the shelter. So it's great. You can go shopping guilt-free because you're helping the animals out.
That's right. Now, do you have any event? I know you guys have some different events that come up at different times. You have.
Yep. Our next
Anything
one
coming
is
up?
our golf tournament. It's September 18th, which is a Sunday, at Point Sebago.
Nice.
We're really excited. This is our 4th year. And what we chose to do, which is a little different than any other, it's called Harvey's Golf Challenge. Harvey Hillstein is our mascot. He's a half cat, half dog mascot. We chose to go through our community, which is 19 towns, and pick golf courses within there. So right now, we have 4 golf courses, and we rotate.
Great.
Yeah, and we might actually have a 5th golf course coming up, maybe. We're working on that.
Well, that'll be great. And if you can get the dogs to fetch the balls that go into the woods, then I would be all set. So, so Joan, thanks so much for coming down today and
Well,
bringing, and you
thanks.
too, Moose. And I hope.
Yeah.
I hope not to see you next time when you come on the show, Moose, because I think someone's going to come and say, I like this dog.
Yeah.
I like Moose. So definitely check it out. Go to harvesthills.org or like them on Facebook. And definitely stop by at Harvest Hills. We'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.
Eat healthy.